Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be focusing on the back to school season. We will be deep cleaning the homeschool room, doing a fun DIY back to school project, adding a rolling cart with drawers that I think might make the back to school year a little bit more organized here at home, and also painting this room. It needs to be done. We're deep cleaning and doing all of the things, so I figure there is no better time than the present. We might as well just get it done. We won't be changing too many things in this room. You know from a previous video we have already organized and decluttered all of the drawers and cupboards, and also restocked all of our school supplies already. So right now we're really just focusing on getting ready for the school year. Like I said, deep cleaning this room. And another reason I wanted to paint right now is so that I'm not taking everything apart and off of the walls during the school year. I feel like that would make things a little bit hectic, so right before the school year actually starts seems like the best time to get this project done. If you're new to my channel, welcome here. My name is Becky. I'm a wife and mom to 4 little ones, ages 6, 5, 3, and 4 months. On my channel, I like to share all things real life, mom life, cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and some home makeovers. If that sounds like something you would enjoy watching, I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Right now, I'm just using some Scrub Daddy Power Paste and a microfiber towel to get all of these marks off of my kids' craft table. I always get lots of questions about where this table and these chairs are from. They are from Pottery Barn Kids. It was a little bit pricey, but we have gotten and continue to get so much use out of it. It was probably one of my best purchases for the kids' room. It started as just a craft table before my kids started school in their playroom at our old house, and has continued to get tons of use in our new house and will continue to get tons of use going forward as well. I would definitely say I've gotten my money's worth. It's great quality and has held up wonderfully. After cleaning the table off and moving the bookshelf out of the way in order to prepare the room to deep clean and paint, I'm going to move over to this little counter area, which during the summer has kind of turned into a cluttered catch-all mess, and then about once a week I will clear it off and wipe it down and it just starts all over again. But during the school year that can't really happen because we do use this space for homeschooling materials and supplies, so I'm hoping to keep this area pretty clean and clutter-free moving forward. Next, I'm going to wipe down the baseboards, clean the window, and wipe down the light switches before starting this cute DIY project. Before we continue in here, I wanted to do something extra special for Hazel for her first year of school. She will be starting kindergarten this fall, and she has always been very attached. She really doesn't like to leave her family at all, so I do think it will be a little bit difficult for her at first. So I went on Amazon and together we picked out her backpack. It needs to be rolling so she can move from class to class. As you know, I homeschool my kids 3 days a week and then they go in person 2 days a week. Sometimes I know there's a little bit of confusion about why we homeschool, but also sometimes I say my kids are going to school, but that is the reason. We also picked out a lunchbox and a pencil bag. Everything needs to be labeled with her name for school, so I thought I would make it extra fun and turn it into a little craft that we can do together. This way when she looks in her backpack at her lunch bag or pencil bag, she will be reminded of this fun craft that we did together. So I pulled out my Cricut Maker. I let her go through all of the vinyl color choices. This is the color she chose. I let her choose the font that we used. Of course, she wanted to use the font with the heart as the O and the brightest pink vinyl that we had. Because Hazel does get some separation anxiety, I'm hoping that doing this project will remind her every day that she's at school that school is a fun, joyful place to be where she can make friends and do other crafts with other kids. I'm hoping that this eases some of her worries and just makes the transition a little bit easier. This whole project probably took me a total of 10 or 15 minutes. It really didn't take much time at all, and everything turned out adorable. Using the Cricut Maker and Cricut Design Space is so easy. I'm pretty sure anyone could do it. I don't consider myself a very crafty person, but using my Cricut Maker is so easy. It's one of my favorite ways to personalize and customize items, giving them way more meaning. Even though this is something so simple as a name on a backpack, a lunch bag, and a pencil bag, I know that Hazel knows it was made with love, and it makes her love her backpack, pencil bag, and lunchbox that much more. Not to mention, Hazel had so much fun helping out here and there, even if it was just picking out the color vinyl, the font that we used, and just all of the little details that made it her own. She has always been a very crafty girl. She just loves all things crafty, so I know she enjoyed doing this. I know it might look like I'm putting this on upside down, but I specifically did it this way because when you sit in front of your backpack at school and you pull it open, this is how it looks when you're taking books out. And I didn't want to put it on the back of the inside because there is a zipper there, so it just didn't work out. So I felt like this was the right way to do it, even though it might be a little weird or look a little funny. Using a Cricut, there are so many different ways to customize and personalize items, making them way more meaningful and memorable. I had so much fun spending this quality time with Hazel doing this project. I'll link everything I used for this project in the description below. Thank you so much, Cricut, for sponsoring today's video. Time to start painting. I'm using Super Paint from Sherwin-Williams and the color Origami. I'm going to try to make this part pretty quick because it is a very similar color to what is currently on the wall. It's a little bit lighter, but the big difference is that this sheen is eggshell and what is currently on the wall is flat builder grade paint, which is horrible and literally shows everything. If anything gets on this flat paint, it will never come off, guaranteed. So yes, it is very similar, and I do like painting, but it was a little bit difficult for me to paint something that was so similar, but I knew it needed to be done. Especially in this room being a homeschool room and craft room, we just needed some paint on the walls that I could clean things off of. I chose this color because it's one of the colors I tested in my bedroom and I really liked it. I feel like it is a true off-white color. It's not too yellow, it's not too gray, it's just truly a cream off-white color, and I think it's beautiful. I chose not to go too drastic with the schoolroom because I want the kids to be able to focus. Not that I'm into grays and neutrals for the schoolroom. You'll see I do bring in some colors here and there, but I also think it's important for them to be able to sit down and focus on what they're learning or focus on what they're doing in this room. I'm only going to be hanging a couple of colorful things. I have some colorful drawers we're going to put together, but that's not all we're going to do to this room. That's just going to be all for this video. I also plan on hanging some ABCs on the wall a little later, as well as something to display their schoolwork. I felt like what we had last time didn't work well. Maybe I'll get a cork board or something like that, but tacks do scare me, having so many little ones. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for how to display my kids' schoolwork during the school year. They do sell bags for paintbrushes, so you can keep it for later use, but you can easily just make your own with a sandwich bag or a snack bag, which I like to do. As you can see here, it works just as well. I can't be the only one that uses butter knives for many different things. I used it to open the can of paint. I'm using it to take off these outlet covers. I'm sure I could think of more uses for a butter knife, but I use them for a lot of different things. These posters came with little sticky things to stick to your wall, and when I took them off of my wall, they literally ripped my drywall. I could not believe how stuck they were. I have never used mud, drywall mud, ever in my life. So when I called my husband and asked him where it was, he was like, why do you need drywall mud? And I just went for it. I had no idea what I was doing, so don't judge my skill here, but it turned out just fine when I was done. While that mud was drying, I went ahead and painted around the light switches and outlets and started rolling the paint everywhere that didn't have mud. When the mud was dry, I got out a little hand sander and sanded down all of those spots, then went ahead and painted the rest of the walls. I put the light switch and outlet covers back on, then decided to use tape this time on those educational posters rather than those sticky things again. I got those back up on the wall. I decided to move the bookshelf to the other side of the room because I'm going to add some pull-out drawers in hopes that this room will stay a little bit more organized this school year. I felt like last year everything was a little bit chaotic. Even though I have a place for their curriculum, I really didn't have anywhere for my kids to turn things in or to store things, so I'm hoping this drawer system helps me stay organized a little bit more. I got these organizational drawers on Amazon. They are so cute. I love the colors, and it was so easy to build. If you know me saying that means that it's extra easy to build because I have a hard time building anything. I decided to get the one with 10 drawers. I'll go ahead and link it in the description if you're interested and feel like you could use this in your home. I do know that they have different colors. These are just the ones I chose. They also have one with, I think, 20 drawers, and they even have smaller ones as well. I personally don't know exactly what I'm going to use all 10 drawers for, but my kids have already claimed their own colors. Noah is blue, Wyatt is orange, and Hazel is pink, so maybe I will use the colors that they did not claim for my own stuff to keep me organized and keep their stuff organized for the day and the week ahead. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks again. I will see you in the next one.